Salutations Friends. It's your pal, said Stevie. And today is New Year's Day. New Year Day? New Year's Day. It was New Year's Eve last night. It's New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024. And I'm going to go for a hike. I am out off of Highway 20, the Cascade Highway. I'm not going to be going that way. I'm going to be going that way. But just showing off, I'm at the northernmost part of the highway before it gets closed for the winter. And you can see just right there, road closed. Some signs of snow, but it's cold, not currently snowing. It's about 30 degrees. But already talked to some people. Maybe you can see them off in the distance there, walking up. A group of hikers that are going to go to another trail that's not accessible by vehicle right now. But I'm going to be heading this way for the Ross Dam trail hike. I have stopped out here briefly before when I had a little bit of time to kill. Did maybe a quarter of this, but it's not very long at all. I believe this is a 1.6 mile in and out to get to the top of the dam and back. So not bad at all. It's supposed to be fairly scenic and a fairly easy hike. So as I look a little bit more, I remembered I had read this. That's what I did before. Just a quick little 20-minute 0.2 miles down. But then it says, we're going to do number 2. Have an hour, hike to Ross Dam, and marvel at the bird's eye view of the Diablo Gorge as you stroll atop the dam. Carry water for the uphill return trick, which can be warm on a sunny summer day. It's not sunny, it's sunny, but it's not summer. So you can continue on if you want to get more into it. That's not what we're doing today. But yeah, number 2 is what this will definitely be nothing like Lake 22 I did a week ago today. That was Christmas Day, and the craziest hike I've ever done. Physically exhausting hike. Nothing like that today. This is a well-maintained, well-traveled, light grade hike. So the thing about it is that although short, it's all downhill to get to the dam, and which means it's all uphill on the way back. Everything that I read, all the reviews, a couple of videos that I've watched of people coming out here say, yep, the walk back up, although short, does suck. So there's that, but not too, no pain, no gain. So as I mentioned, today is, let's just do a quick time check to see how long this takes. Can I get that in there? It is 9:57 on Monday, January 1, 2024. As per usual, I am out here a couple hours later than I was hoping to be. I fell asleep on the couch ringing in the new year. Got woken up when the kiddo had a couple friends stay the night. They went out and screamed outside, made a bunch of ruckus at midnight. That woke me up. But I was still asleep on the couch and just conked right back out. My alarm, since it would typically be a work day, although I'm off, alarm went off at 4:30, which is what I was planning on getting up and doing. No, going back to sleep, and had already turned my secondary alarm off since I am on vacation technically. So slept in a little bit longer than I was hoping to. Wanted to be out to the top of the dam by sunup, which is already 2 hours past. So didn't happen, but not looking to do anything strenuous today, but I did want to get something in. And this seemed like a good location. So we shall see. Didn't get to it, but I really wanted to, so maybe I'll still do that out here. Do my, I don't want to call it a top 5 or top, I guess, my most carried gear of 2023. I have all those items with me and a couple other things. So if I find a good location, maybe I'll set up and film that as part of maybe a separate video than this Ramblin. So yeah, as I think I said, it's about 30 degrees out. I opted for no hoodie. I just put on a long sleeve shirt underneath my t-shirt. I'm not even wearing my my flapper hat at all. It's cold. I'm wearing gloves, but it's not, I don't know. Even though it is 30 degrees, it seems like this is manageable in just t-shirt, long sleeve. So chilly, but not too bad. Here is the first kind of overlook out at the North Cascades. Low hanging clouds, mist, fog, if you will, out over here right now, so you don't have a real clear view. I guess that's part of coming out early. This all doesn't lift out of here for till at least midday. So don't know what the views are going to be like once I get out to the dam. Hopefully pretty sweet. Hopefully my fear of heights doesn't kick in so much. It's a 540 foot dam. It's one of 3 dams in this area that Seattle City Light uses to help generate power for greater Seattle metro area. We got cheap power up here in the Pac Northwest because of all the dams all throughout here. But one of 3 dams in the, I think this is the Lake Diablo Gorge, part of the North Cascades. I should know the area better than I do, but I don't. But I believe that this is the tallest of the 3, built in like 1930 or something. So supposed to be some pretty awesome views. Depending on what we see once we get down there, you can continue on a little bit. Like I said, this goes on for like 10 miles. So I don't know anything past the top of the dam, but we'll check it out, see if we can't get into some other shenanigans, perhaps. I don't know. So you can probably start hearing in the background. We're coming up on the first bridge, which means we got our first like little waterfalls and like creek area. So looks like there has been some fallen tree activity since I was out here a month or so ago. We definitely went through a pretty big windstorm, so that's probably going to be a common sight. So maybe I'll have to go back and reference my footage from a month ago, but it does appear that there's been some washouts from the big rains that we had. So, but maybe not, I don't know. But I don't remember that little cutaway there. But here we go to the first bridge. Ooh, God, I'm a klutz. It's pretty. Continuing on, I just did something that felt corny. I don't know. I'll roll it in just so you guys see what I'm talking about. But I've started watching other channels that are like hiking oriented channels that do more of a this is the trail that we're on, and much better at that type of content than I'm really even trying to do. But there's always footage of them walking across the bridge or like walking down a trail, which means since they're out there on their own, they had to set up their tripod, framed in the shot walked back and then walked back through. And I mean, it looks good, but it seems a little cheesy to me, having to go through all that just to get a shot of you walking across, not holding a camera or anything, like it's a candid shot, because it's not, because you just set it up to be that way. Anyway, I just did that, one walking across the bridge each way, so I don't know. So trail's not bad, but definitely need to watch my step here, because you step off there, boom, that's a one-way ticket to Fucksville, right there. And I've been to Fucksville, and I don't want to visit again, especially today. So, not gonna do front facing for right now. I can just hold my tripod off to the side and focus on my steps, and not have to enter Fucksville territory. Like I said, I'm knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. So yes, it's definitely a noticeable downhill. I think it said 900 feet elevation change. I'm horrible at guessing what that really means, because Lake 22 was 1500 elevation change, and I was like, oh, that's nothing. And it was something. So 900 is not nearly as bad as that, but you know, still, I suppose, significant, especially to someone who's still fairly out of shape. It's thick out here. The woods is thick. But this is good a spot as any, I guess, to do my very first Ramblin of 2024. I think this is episode number 35, and the one I posted of Lake 22, it took me about 4 or 5 days to edit that, to get it out, just because there was so many clips to edit together, and my editing skills are novice at best, and I kept having issues. But anywho, that led to something that hasn't happened really, which I think is cool, or hasn't happened previously, is based off of that, I started getting a lot of views on my older ramblings. I don't know, I think I started doing this before I officially had like a title for it. I started doing this back in 2021, and so definitely 2 years of doing this. Able to do them a lot more in the summertime, but the winter's ones are fun. No snow outside of last week, but yeah. Hold on, there's a hiker coming up. So that dude's got trekking poles. Sorry, lost my train of thought, but anyway. That dude's got trekking poles. I was hoping to have my trekking poles ready by today, but they got held up. After posting last week's hike and kind of showing how unprepared I was for that, got a lot of good recommendations on gear, and really talked to Patina Turner quite a bit about it. Cletus gave me her suggestions on some good carbon fiber trekking poles. So I ordered those. And then I wouldn't have needed some of the other stuff today, but I'm going to get some spikes, like removable spikes for my shoes, my hiking shoes. So, you know, something lightweight that I can throw in the pack and use them when I need to. They can just come on and off. So, but no trekking poles. The last challenging hike that I did was a little over 10 years ago on Father's Day. It's called Thunder Knob, and I almost went out there today. Glad I didn't, because when I passed it on the way up here, there was already like 8 or 9 cars up there. So, but okay, if I wasn't paying attention, I would have kept trying to go that way. But I'm guessing that the trail, this little switchback here, goes down this way. So, I forget what I was saying once again. I did get my mind not so right, maybe, when I got to the parking lot here. But I think I was saying about Thunder Knob. That was the last long hike that I went on in 10 years ago. Still wasn't in very good shape, but tackled that hike. And I had a single trekking pole with me then. And I do remember it making even a, just a normal trail hike like this a little bit easier on me. So I'm going to start coming out here with trekking poles as soon as I got them. They're lightweight enough that I can stick them in the backpack and have two if I need one, but probably just need one. Just a little stability, so wow, this is a gorgeous view. Look at that. I wish I knew what mountain that was. Is it Sourdough Mountain, maybe? I don't know. I will try to find that and at least while trying to edit this, put the name of it up there somewhere. But yeah, it sure is a pretty view from right here. Just came down that trail, so that's what I'm going to have to be going back up. And it's definitely, I can see why they said be prepared to be huffing and puffing. So, huffing and puffing. So the trekking poles are coming. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm shopping for. Now that I know that I can go on, I guess, longer excursions, at least I'm mentally prepared for it. I know what I'm in for. And the physical part of it is getting there. I'm not going to be foolish and tackle something I shouldn't. But having good gear is... You can just start seeing the dam. The face of the dam right there. So it means we're getting somewhat close, I suppose. What was I saying about gear? I think I was saying... what I was going to be saying, at least what I was mumbling towards, is now that I know I can start doing some more activities like this, investing in some gear is definitely what I'm going to be focused on. I'm not going crazy. A lot of the stuff Patina has recommended is affordable stuff, essential stuff, and then, as I guess the hobby progresses, we'll see what else I need to get. But yeah, it's worth investing into at this point, and I'm looking forward to getting some more stuff. I want to get a better backpack for sure. This one works okay, I suppose, but I think I can have better compartment management with what I got. This is just kind of two open pouches with a couple of other side spots. So probably get a new backpack at some point. But what do you guys recommend for gear for light hiking? I'm not at this point looking to get tents or like overnight gear. I'm not to that point yet. Just light day hiking. Light to moderate day hiking is all I'm really getting into at this point. So, but what are some of the things that you guys recommend as essentials? Any recommendations? Definitely, I'll be taking a look at. So, coming down this way, you really do get to a spot right here that I guess you have to make sure that you are staying on trail. It does go down that way, but I initially turned this way and thought that that was the trail, when I don't believe that is. Maybe that will get me to the same spot, but I don't think that's actually part of the trail. But this little spot here, you can definitely see where we're going to be heading to. Right down there is where we're going to. Going to be walking across the top of that down there, heading out that way. So still have quite a bit of elevation to go down, and of course come back up. There were, let's see, 2, 3, 4 cars in the trailhead parking lot here. One was the hikers that continued up the road. One looked like an overnight camper, and then 2 other vehicles. So who knows if they came out this way, parked at the trailhead and actually came down here, or if they continued on. But right now I didn't see anybody out there. That one gentleman that I passed, I did ask him how the view was. I'm guessing it's not going to be as good as it could be with all this low-laying fog, and he said, you'll get something. He said, it's not great, but you'll get something. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So far, not bringing the hoodie with me is an okay decision. Again, it's cold, but it's extremely manageable. I know a lot of people, you're walking around in t-shirt and just jeans in 30-degree weather. Yeah, it's really not bad at all. So the hoodie, although it comes in handy, not needed right now. So I like that. It's a little bit more comfy not hiking with a hoodie. So it looks like we are coming up to the end of the trail, and this is a service road here that it empties out onto. There's a sign up here that I think will tell me which direction to go. But I've seen these signs posted all throughout Cascade National Forest. Apparently there's a strict no drone law. So I don't know what that's all about. But I did get a drone for Christmas from my mom. It's nothing fancy, but yeah, I guess that's not something I'll be able to use. Okay, so there's a closure advisory. You are here. This is a portage road here. Looks like in order to get to the, I just came down this way. So I'm going to need to continue that way. Trail to Ross Lake Resort, Ross Dam, Big Beaver Trail. I wonder if Winona will be there. Happy Panther Trail, Diablo Ferry, Diablo Lake Trail. That way to the PNT, the Pacific Northwest Trail. It doesn't say the Pacific Crest Trail, but I know that the North Cascades are the tail end of the Pacific Crest Trail. I don't know. But we're not going to Happy Panther. We're going to the dam. So onwards this way. Speaking of the Pacific Crest Trail, Nuz, with 100% Snuz, you know, he is a hiker of the Pacific Crest Trail. He did it in 2022, a good majority of it. I think he made it all the way up into Oregon while taking a quick sabbatical from the trail to go to Blade Show 2022 with us. And then I picked him up off the trail, dropped him back on the trail. But he's doing it again in 2024. And we've talked about it. And I think I've committed to meeting up with him to do part of the hike up through here. So can't disappoint none. So that might be something that I got coming up here towards the latter half of the year. Hopefully I will be in good enough shape and have gear and all that by then, and it'll be no big a deal. Right now I get a little bit of anxiety thinking about that actually becoming a real thing to do, so need to be prepared for that. So I got another little, definitely part of a trail here. Nothing is marked out here. There's no signage that says what that leads to, if that's where I'm supposed to be going or not. That sign back there led me to believe that I walked down this part of this service road here to get to the top of the dam. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it might have been a shortcut just to get down to the other part of this road. Since I don't have a map, it would have been nice if it said how far of a walk the powerhouse was. because that's something I might walk to. But not knowing how far that is, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, there is a ferry. I don't think it's running right now, but there is a ferry that runs from the big resort that's up here that you can stay at, that I believe is closed right now. If the road's closed, then the resort's got to be closed, which would make sense why the ferry's closed. But I don't know where that ferry goes to. There's also like a ferry like tour that you can take through here, I believe. That's not part of that, but that might be something one day, if I time it right, to check out and do. Coming around the bend here, we can start seeing the first glimpse of Ross Lake and the top of the dam. A quaint little waterfall. No, it's not. Okay. So on the way up here, you have Diablo Dam Road, and I've been out the top of there before, but that road is currently closed. It looks very similar to this as you get atop that part of that dam, but you can drive across that. I was thinking maybe that this is it, but no, that's farther back down the road. High sides here of that's where I'm walking down from. And the gravel underfoot is probably pretty loud and crunchy in your ears. So I'm off the gravel now, just came back from up there. And this is what I'm greeted with. Here's where my knees will start knocking. Whew, I can already tell getting close to the edge. Wowzers. Wow. 540 feet. This is really Fucksville. Yeah. Look at that. Way down there. It's noticeably chilly coming across here. I don't feel the wind whipping about too much, but yeah. So I am, although the adrenaline is going, here it goes, folks. I can feel it. I am going to walk across the top of this. Yeah, the adrenaline is no joke. There are stairs here. Where does this go to? It says no admittance. Oh, fuck that. I'm not going down these stairs. Nope. I don't know where these lead to, but I am not going down that stairwell. Nope. I am not. Don't know what that is. Some sort of a monitoring station? I don't know. This also reminds me of GoldenEye. Level 1. Oh, I don't even want to stick my camera over the edge. Holy shit. Yeah. Rational fear of heights or irrational fear of heights. I got it. And it's real to me, so yeah. Oh man. Do not throw anything over. I don't know what else it says, but I literally picked up a rock. I wonder how serious that sign is. It says danger. God, what if I tossed this little rock over and it just hit the one fucking fatal weak spot that the engineer couldn't find a way to get out of the system. But the chances of someone throwing something and hitting this exact spot are 1 in a trillion, sir. Proceed. And then my dumb ass, who just wants to see cool through a rock, hits that, and this whole fucking thing crumples. So that's a real possibility too, folks. So let's not downplay that shit. I don't know what this thing is. Some tent poles. I don't know. This is like some. Doesn't seem like it's a generator or anything, but I don't know. If you know what these are, tell me. Definitely lots of snow up in the mountains there. So, from Diablo Dam, where I have filmed before, whoa, did I capture that on film? Oh, there's some ducks down there. I threw that rock off, and right as it hit, something else went. Look at how gorgeous this view of this. I hope it's coming through the color of the lake here. With the sun out, it turns almost like a turquoise. And it's kind of the signature look of the North Cascades. A lot of the footage that you always see in thumbnails and in paintings and everything are of this turquoise, deep green, bluish, fresh mountain water. I don't like, so I'm creeping to the edge. I'm just looking through my camera. I'm not even looking over. But I think I was about to say the setup to all this is very similar to Diablo. The bridge over top is a little bit different, but even with the way it is constructed, and then what seems to be a service road out to some boathouses out on the lake out there, is very similar to that dam up the road there. There is a vehicle out there. I don't know what they would be doing. Maybe that's a little boat launch or something right there. I don't know. I don't know how you access that. Oh, there seems to be another maybe trailhead up there. I don't know. Whoa, just turned around completely. That's definitely a nice looking view. Didn't even notice that waterfall right there that's feeding into the lake. Yeah, not much of a hike out here, but I don't know. Pretty cool. Something pretty cool also about just knowing that right now I'm the only one out here. Seems like, I'm playing GoldenEye, and that's something I'd have to climb up and plant something on. I would have already taken out the guy that's sitting on top of there. But yeah, I mean, obviously there are vehicles out here, so someone else has got to be around, but if they are, I don't see them. So it's just me right now. And oh man. Oh, took my breath away. That's far down. Whew. So yeah, the adrenaline isn't going as much as it was like when I started to attempt to climb the fire lookout tower. That was a lot worse than this, but still real. On this sign, wow, Daniel Kalua Keawana Nala Ani O'Sullivan, 1962 to 2017. A Seattle City Light civil engineer, Dan O, designed the Stairway to Heaven in 1995, and then oversaw its construction by City Light crews. By doing so, he became the go-to steel designer for large projects in the Seattle hydro plants. More significantly, his love of this infrastructure and enjoyment is doing good work inspired all of us who worked with him. Huh. This is the Stairway to Heaven, I suppose. Yeah, funk that. Funk that. Not happening. It's closed anyway. Man. I guess if that's the only way to get down there, like if you were going on some sort of a boat tour, I might have to pass on the boat tour. If this is not where you would catch the ferry from. That seems like way too much of a public safety risk to just allow people to go up and down this right here. But yeah, if I can avoid shit like that, as cool as it is, shout out to Daniel Kalua Keawayanali O'Sullivan for creating this. Good on you, Danny. But said Stevie ain't going up and down that. Huh, you want to record me? I want to record you. How do you like it? Hopefully, you don't mind it. This is public. No, is this public land out here? I suppose that this is public land. I have every right to be out here filming and recording. But I understand why they would keep this under surveillance. You know? But the only signs just said no drones, basically. Okay. Here's the other side of the dam. Jiminy creepers. It's gorgeous, but freaking absolutely, it scares the shit out of me. I'm not trying to ham it up for this either. This is absolutely real. I do not like the heights. Another stairway that is not closed off. Yep, funked that. Not going down there. Not going down there. I want to know what those people are up to. No, I mean, not really. None of my business. Unless it's something nefarious. Lots of boats parked down there. But that seems to be one of the gorge power plants that are in conjunction with the dams. So every dam around here has one of these power stations, gorge power stations. The one that I've been to the most is the one out at Ladder Creek Falls that I've shown a bunch of times. Danger! No swimming or diving in this area. Spill gates open automatically and without warning. Yeah, God, they had to have posted that probably because, although that should be implied, some asshole must have fucking gone swimming out here right when they decided, hey, open up the gate, Charles, and let some water through, and that fucking idiot got sucked through, and I don't think you survived that. But definitely there's like fresh tracks down there. So people, I got to assume that is somewhere, and there's a pickup truck parked down there as well. They're all white. All the vehicles that I've seen around here are white, which usually is typical of government, national forest ranger vehicles. So someone must work down there, or it's manned for sure. Don't know what you got to do to get that job, but it'd be a cool place to work, I suppose. This the top of the dam is coming up to an end right up here. Some sort of a barrier block. I don't know if it continues along. There's a little something out over there. I don't know if that's a trail, but I don't see any immediate signs over here that say don't go. Looks like there might, maybe there is a sign hanging low on the chain that goes across there. See what it says. Oh, that's all like, is this all razor wire? No, it's not razor wire, but it's just reinforced thick gauge wire, I guess, holding that shit back. I guess if this is gonna come down, that's gonna freaking stop it. But restricted area, no unauthorized person beyond this point. Oh yeah. Danger is my middle name. Haha. breaking the law here on video. Just got myself in trouble, probably. Because I ain't authorized. But I don't give a shit. No, the trail looks like it might pick up on the other side here of this little bridge. And I don't know how far I want to continue down there. I don't know. Maybe I'll just post up and chill out for a little bit up here. So this trail just picked right back up into a trail. It looks like it goes, continues up, and then must go completely along the top of the bank of the river here. I am not going to go that way. I'm going to stay right here. So, I suppose if I wanted to, I could get down there. Take a wild guess on what I'm not going to do. So I'm just going to head back this way. You got a nice view of the backside of the dam that we just walked across. There's Daniel's stairway to heaven that goes down to that boat storage there, that little boathouse. And then there is a look at the face of the waterfall there. Again, just that gorgeous green color of the Ross Lake. I think Ross Lake and Diablo Lake must be connected or just feeds into one another. See the mountains peeking through the mist up there. But it seems to be, they get pretty narrow through there. I'll try to show a map maybe of what they look like. I came across this on the way out. Some sort of a come-along down here. Interested what that's really for. Maybe it's to bring in the logs, the block there. I assume that probably has some sort of mesh wiring that goes down to the bottom and will help catch any debris that could flow through the lake here, and I guess when they open it up, could potentially block something. I could be completely wrong, but that's my hypotheses on what that thing might be for. So I'm gonna head back up this way. All right, well, I might spend a little bit of time walking back across the dam, film some shorts maybe, or some reels for the Instagrams, some stories and whatnot, but that's kind of the end of, or this was the final destination of this hike. I did check, it said 1.7 miles, so I thought that was 1.7 miles round trip, but what do we got here? Oh, that's probably some sort of reflective light. Thought maybe it was a spying device. I thought it said, let me double check here. It says 1.75 miles that I've walked already since getting out of the truck. I thought that would be the round trip number. But maybe the round trip just included to the very top of the dam. I don't know. I've come across the dam, obviously, and then continued on a little bit. But yeah, nice view of the mountains there. Maybe that should be the thumbnail. But yeah, I'm gonna mosey on back across the top of the dam here and eventually start making my way back up that long ass incline. The mist is clearing up somewhat. You start to see the peaks out there. view of the power station again. Just been moseying. And there is something very, I don't know what the right word for it is, but there's something that's calming about being out here. And then there is the, for me at least, the little bit of spookiness being up out in the middle. I'm not in the middle of nowhere, but out here on my own. Again, I don't think spooky is the right word. Creepy is not the right word. Eerie-ish. I don't know. But it's a cool feeling to be out here. I like it. Spots like this, I guess just growing up out here, and getting to spend an actual fair amount of time out here as a kid. I didn't do it for most of my adult life, but as a kid, I would come out here. I guess started these memories, but so maybe I'm rekindling with that a little bit. But I don't know. There's just something about this area. Like, I'm not talking about just the specific being on top of here, being, you know, a little eerie of being on top of the dam. Being out in the middle of the North Cascades with, you know, no one else around. That's one vehicle out there hasn't moved. So, but it's super awesome seeing shit like this. And yeah, something really fun about it. But again, also a little spooky. So I think I might hang out a little bit more because all this mist does seem to be slowly creeping out into the, this would be northwest. If I had to guess right now, and a compass is definitely something I need as part of my gear. Something I can clip on my backpack, really. That is west. Yeah, let's see. No, this would be north. I think that would be like due east. That would be west. So the mist is going up northwest here. And these peaks are starting to open up. And with the sun coming down on it, I think it's going to be a pretty gorgeous view. So I think I might hang out for a little bit and see how long it takes for this to burn off. But yeah, it's cool. I keep saying it. That's my use my words to describe things better. Tranquil, breathtaking. Yeah, it's all that. And it's also just really cool. So that is the trail going back up, because at one point, if I'm not mistaken, we were right up there looking down. So that is where the trail is going to lead back to. But yeah, I might hang out for just a little bit longer and see what's up. What's in there? All right, so the opposite of what I thought was going to happen has happened. And the mist is actually coming back down in, so it looked like it was moving out, but it's moving back in, and it's covering up the sun a little bit on that side, opening up a little bit more over here, but where I need to go to is back up that way. So I have moseyed across basically halfway at this point. Literally just been barely making forward progress. Half speed, I suppose. And I am ready to kick my mind back into having to tackle this damn back uphill journey. So I do believe I will eventually be all the way back up there, and then we still have some ways to go. So fun little excursion out here. I'd say that was fun. Probably not real entertaining to those of you watching this, but if you ever get the chance, I know I've talked to several people, or several people have made comments, and then I followed up with conversations. Folks like Papa Rhino, some dude, God, who else? Drawing a blank on names, but they all say they'd love to come out here and do some hikes. So this would be an easy one for folks. I just wanted to take a trip out to the North Cascades and kill a little bit of time. Nothing too strenuous. Definitely worth coming out here. This is another one that I can check off the list. And yeah, I guess full review of the hike will be coming once I get back up top. But there's some people coming down here, so I guess that is really a good point to start making my way back up. Those folks are nice. They are going to continue on for the full 11 miles. Or they say they're going to go as long as they feel comfortable doing so. So good for them. And at the loud, crunchy part of the walk, so I'm going to put the camera away. So I didn't see anything on the way up that indicated that this trail was like a shortcut to. So maybe that goes along the backside of that part of the bank of the lake. I don't know. Back to, I guess, the start of the trail. Back to the truck. And looking at this map now, that I was down there, I kind of got a better layout of what I was looking at. But it does look like you can actually walk down to the power station that we were up on the dam looking over, and then continue on to West End Diablo Lake Trailhead. So it's a 4-mile hike down that way. That might be something worth pursuing at some point. That would be best if there were 2 vehicles, because then you could park one, or I guess you have to make the round trip, but park one down at that entrance and the other one here. So that would be cool. Okay, got a ledge. Snuck up on me quick. But that's down, obviously, where we were. That right in there is the stairway to heaven. And this is that upper road. I guess this goes on to the ferry docks and whatnot. So I'll look into the trails description and everything a little bit more now that I know the lay of the land, and see if heading that direction is worth going at some point, or like I said, making my way down towards the power station down there could be a fun little adventure. But in the meantime, it is what I have not been looking forward to, part of this trail, the way back up. So there's the sign that says Highway 20, which is where the trailhead entrance is at. And that long, what did it say, 0.67 mile, 900 foot elevation change starting now, I suppose. I wonder if it's 900 to the top of the dam. Back up. Either way, we've already done some elevation change, about a third of the way already. So the next little bit is going to be all up and up. And maybe I'll record a little bit on the way back up, but probably not much. Well, I'm not going to lie. Looking at having to make my way all the way back up there is a little intimidating, but it's okay. Here's a nice look at where we were down there from up above. So just taking one last little break, soaking in the scenery and whatnot, while I make the final climb, I suppose. But I feel good. I feel fresh. I am in no rush for this, And however long it takes me is however long it takes me. I want to challenge myself a little bit for sure. I did set a stopwatch on my phone, a timer, to see how long it actually does take me. So, shall see. I'm mainly recording right now. It sounds like all of a sudden I hear a generator in the background. There's some sort of a motor off in the distance. And I just wanted to hear play back, see what it sounded like. I can't tell if maybe my ears are ringing or there is an actual motor of some sort going on in the background. Haha! I am not tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. But there's definitely something running in there. Don't know what that might be. It's a radio tower, it says. It says no trespassing. I don't know if that meant don't come over here. Because once again, breaking the law. I suppose if I am not supposed to be over here. But I have no intention on trying to enter. But yeah, I must have been right down below this off trail right over here when I started hearing that. So suspicions confirmed. Because I'm realizing also on the trek back up, maybe I wandered a little too long on the top of the dam. Did I just get lost? No. Okay, that is the trail in front of me. Whew, okay. Almost started going back down, then I remembered, nope, dummy, you gotta go up. Yeah. Realizing that maybe the after effects of moseying along the top of the dam are starting to rear its head now. So I got extra motivation. Yeah, look at that. Can you see that? Ain't that a bunch of horse shit? That looks like horse crap. I don't see any horse hoof prints. That's not human dookie. No, it doesn't have a very small beard, or lack thereof beard. So it's not human feces like Matafaction. That was horse poop. So I suppose people ride their horses out here, or they're wild horses out here. Holy crap! Are wild horses a thing in the North Cascades? I don't think so. But what if I encountered like some magical wandering? Yeah, I'm just hearing myself say this out loud now as well. This was not planned. I'm not going to encounter any magical freaking wild horses. Now, do I edit this part out, not include this, or include this? Because that's a little embarrassing. I'm glad I captured it for you folks. Still laughing a little bit about that last comment about wild horses. I mean, there's clearly, horse shit out here. So there's a horse of some unknown origin out here. But yeah, I'm very curious to know if it's as funny watching it later during editing as it is to me right now for thinking about that thought that I had. I don't know. We'll see. That is the peaks that I thought we'd be able to see from the top of the bridge or the top of the dam. So we were down that way somewhere looking up on the backside of these peaks right here. And I'll try to roll that in to figure out what peaks those are. Lots of snow up there. But yeah, we're up above all that fog that we were down in. Now we're up above it. And why am I zoomed in so much? There, zoom out. I don't know how far we've come up the trail. I would say probably about halfway at this point, and it's definitely not as easy as it was coming down, but yeah, it's you know, it's long and gradual. At least there's that. So that did seem to be the big point of contention, though, for most reviews that I read on this, and which I guess was only maybe one or two, most. I read a couple. Saw a family that does travel vlogs say the same. Right up here, the hikers that I saw continuing down the closed road are right up here. You can hear them laughing in the background. Maybe they heard my mythical wild horse story. But anyway, the couple of things that I saw about this is the walk back up is just so brutal. It's not too bad right now. So, but I'm only halfway up. Maybe I'll have a difference of opinion once I get back up there. Just passing some hikers. Bye, ladies. Bye. Have a great rest of your hike. Happy New Year. Those were the hikers. What? How can you find me? You want a sticker? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I gotta handle some business. Shout out to Sandra and Katie. It's Katie's birthday on the 4th. But that was cool. They were, there's two more with them. But they were the hikers that I saw at the very beginning of the video that I said was continuing up the closed road. They didn't go very far. And now they are going to continue on down to where I just was. So they're spending the full day out here. But that was so corny. That was so corny. God, and leading up to, if they watch this or they happen to find this, they're going to be watching the video and they're going to get to the part where I'm talking about the fucking horse and the horse shit. They're going to be like, oh, who is this dude? I did preface when I talked to him for a little bit. I said, you're not going to like the channel. It's stupid. It's immature-ish. I talk about a lot about farts. And which is like, perfect. That's our kind of humor. You didn't really sound like that, by the way. Just in my state, that's how you sound. And how I'm going to report back on how you sounded. But, yeah. Anyway. Nice little fun encounter. You don't get to talk to too many people when you're out here. When you're lonesome. So, yeah, that was welcome. Okay. This part definitely sucks. I did speed up the pace a little bit. And I'm going to back it back down. But I think that we are pretty much back up. I think we'll be getting to that bridge where I set up the cornball walking across shot. And which means we're 10 minutes back from the truck at that point. And definitely, if you watch this and you're thinking about coming out here and you got kids with you, this is definitely, the terrain is okay for kids. I don't think it's too bad. They'll whine and they'll complain for sure. But I think that they can get through it. But it's this parts of the trail right here that you got a very steep ledge. And as I said, I think I called that Fuckville or something. That wouldn't be good. So if you got kids, here's where you really gotta, pay attention to them the entire time. But if you're out here for a family-friendly hike, it is. Just make sure them little rugrats pay attention, or even your teenage angsty son or daughter that you convinced to drag out with you, who's not used to the outdoors, and they're just moping around and not just really into situational awareness, I suppose, and take it for granted. This is definitely a part of the trail you got to pay attention to. But I know that if you do have an angsty child, whether they're preteen or in their teens or hell in their late 20s or in my case into their 40s, I'm not that angsty anymore. Getting out in nature is absolutely, positively something you will benefit from, whether you are low level depressed, somewhat depressed, fully depressed. No, I'm not a doctor, obviously, despite playing one on television from time to time. But I can attest to what getting out here does to my mental. And it's good. It's positive. It's never a bad thing. You can get alone with your thoughts. And if you don't got great thoughts, that can definitely... now I'm talking out my ass, I suppose. Maybe you shouldn't come out here if you're clinically depressed. As I said, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. What I will say from my own personal experience is, you hear me talk about it, kind of the reset, coming out here, is something that always helps me out. So I do encourage it. My suspicions were correct. We are right by the little bridge. So that means we are not too far back to the truck. And the way back up is not nearly as bad as everyone made it out to be. So I also just got a device storage is low notification. So we'll see how much I film before I actually do my wrap up back up top at the truck. So see you folks in just a little bit. There's the tundra. So right back up top. I'm a little winded. Definitely a little winded. Has to be expected. But outside of stopping and talking to the ladies and taking a couple pictures, I kept a pretty steady pace the entire time. It's not that bad. So yeah, right back up to the trailhead. But yeah, don't worry about that trip way back up. Wrapping up here back at the truck. Sustenance as normal. After one of these, recharge with some nice collagen and electrolytes, bone broth. I make copious amounts of bone broth. Shout out to Mom and Papa Rhino. Got my other Satisfaction tumbler here. This has some straight up iced tea in it. Yeah, I drank plenty of water while I was down there. I noticed my beard is wet and a little frozen over. Come through some of the tangles with this dope comb that P&W Fun Stuff made here in the state of Washington. Bing! What is that, 38.74 crispy? Where you at? But shout out to P&W Fun Stuff. He made this awesome comb for me. He carves lots of stuff. Actually, that leads me into, I don't have much longer here to record. Here comes a truck. But I wanted to highlight a couple of things. I had this sitting on my front seat so I wouldn't forget about it. Highlight some of the cool shit that I've gotten over the last little bit, 2023. I'm not going to be able to show everything, but speaking of P&W Fun Stuff, so I got this little case with this Let's Potty patch on it. You know, P&W Fun Stuff, carving lots of cool stuff. This is all handmade stuff that he's carving. I forget what kind of wood these are, but shout out to him. Shout out to Cheeto, who sent me this awesome hide and seek world champ SMKW exclusive sack. And then recently from Joe Isabella. Man, Joe makes all sorts of cool stuff out of a variety of materials. This is a mammoth molar, a toothpick that I got from him. It's pretty sweet. This awesome coin that actually glows, almost the color of the lake. He made this awesome little choo-choo BeUp carving. That's awesome. This sweet little mushroom coin with Bigfoot on the backside. Something that I got on my keys now. Okay. Some mushrooms on one side, and where is it? I Heart Carl on the other. Shout out to Carl. And then these. This little BeUp token. He said that I should leave these on my hikes for people to find. And I meant to do that, and then I forgot to do that on this hike. So I'm going to find a spot to leave that. But
all right, I'll see if I can't edit this back in before the deuces come. Or I'll just add it in as a deuces part deuces. I got a little bit more storage left on my phone than I thought I did. So I realized I was a little rushed on the wrap up there. And I didn't add that the way back up, it took roughly about 35 minutes to get back up here. That was with the lollygagging. And so that wasn't bad at all. Overall, with the time that I spent out there, the entire round trip was about a little over 2.5 hours, maybe 2:45. I spent a considerable amount of time out just lollygagging on the top of the dam. So you could complete this if you just walk to the other side, down one side of the dam and then back up. You do that in an hour easily. You could probably do that in an hour. So nice short hike. Again, probably sounding like a broken record. The walk back up that's been reported as being the most pain in the ass part of the trail. Sure, it definitely is, but it's not bad at all. I wasn't huffing and puffing by any means, and I'm not in the greatest shape at all. So if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. But yeah, overall, the Ross Lake Trail hike was a great time. So that's all I think I needed to add.
shout out to Joe Isabella, P&W Fun Stuff, Cheeto, tons of people that I have to thank. You guys are awesome, and I really do appreciate you. And that's all I got for you today. I got to go home and edit this now. Maybe an hour and a half drive home, and then I don't know. We'll see when this gets out. But appreciate you guys following along. Hope you had a good time with me. I had fun doing this today. And until the next one, I bid you mofos, a deuces. Be up.